the king of insanity. It is Haas.
And his opponent. In that top left-hand side, in the blue, taking out Scarlet in honestly, a very clean 2-0 victory in the past series from Team Liquid and the Netherlands. He is uThermal. I was going to introduce him as Mark and then say, by the way, I can call him Mark because
I know loads of top
we're tight like that. I felt like you got to bring the copy pasta to life.
You do. You do. Now, this is likely to get weird. We have seen Haas play some solid macro games throughout the season, and he's very, very capable of it. But I feel like usually against an opponent who would be favoured, and as we saw the Aligulax, uThermal has that 2-0 advantage. And I think generally looks to be in quite good form. Okay, that's not what I expected. I expected Haas to go for something very strange, but no, we have a Nexus before Cybercore, which means that first Reaper, which is not coming, could have been a nuisance. But we're going to be completely fine because there is no Reaper, Creighton. It is that Marine opening here, and I mean, this is good for Haas. This is really good for Haas.
It's about the best start you could hope for. Yeah. Now, like you said, Haas is known as a cheesy player. Not even, sometimes we're like, oh, they're aggressive players or they're unorthodox players.
Haas is cheesy.
There's no way around it. Haas is cheesy, man. He's like, Grant, do you have Pizza Hut in in the UK?
Mm-hmm.
Fun fact: do you know the first Pizza Hut was in Wichita, Kansas?
That's where you live.
Where I currently live? Yeah, that's where the first Pizza Hut
was. And
your
address is?
Is 122 Pizza Hut Lane.
Yeah.
Cheese Boulevard, apartment pepperoni. But do you guys have stuffed crust pizza in the UK?
Yeah.
Okay, so Haas is as cheesy as stuffed crust pizza, where it's you basically have to turn around the pizza and eat the stuffed crust first to really get the full effect of it. But he's not being cheesy at all this game. uThermal is the one who's going for a 4 Hellion drop, and Haas is playing it real safe and just going to go for Blink Stalkers here, Grant.
Yeah, this is cool from Haas, but his Twilight Council is late, which means his Blink is going to be late, which means his Hellions have potential. If we take a look at Haas's scouting, he hasn't scouted, Creighton. He has seen nothing. And what that means here is uThermal's going to have that advantage. He's going to be able to drop on into behind the natural mineral line and the main. He's going charge first. Okay, now we get more Haas-like. This is a quicker upgrade, which is going to be nice against these Hellions. Charge has a much quicker research time, but the Hellions are still going to hit very fast. And is there going to be many Stalkers out? There's one Stalker, one Adept. The Adept is on the map. If the Adept sees a couple of Hellions, it would be nice. If it sees 4 Hellions, it would be very nice. That's a big scout there. The Adept dies, but that's okay. And uThermal even saving all the Hellions. Haas should know what. He's getting 6 gateways.
Holy smokes, this is huge. 1 Stalker already in the natural, Grant. Obviously, Haas probably knows what's coming now. Seeing those 4 Hellions, like you said, a pretty big tell that there's going to be some pressure coming. The problem is that I feel like the Hellion drop reminds me a lot of like a Glaive Adept push, where it's not just scary when it hits. It's scary like 30 seconds after it hits. It's scary a minute after it's hit. And if Haas doesn't pull probes, Haas, you gotta pull these probes, buddy. What the? Oh no! Oh no! And they're lining up. Oh god, this is about as good as Thermi can wait. And this game, Grant, already all but over.
Now Haas still has a lot of gateways, but he can't afford to warp in 6 workers at a time, 6 zealots at a time anymore. Haas has a prism at the other side of the map, and will be dropping Thermi's main. But I mean, every worker almost falls down now. uThermal, if he defends, is in a phenomenal position. He's seen all the gateways. He's seen everything coming his way. He now knows it's a charged zealot drop. But he already has a Cyclone. I'm surprised the Cyclone didn't lock on to the... I didn't need to.
Yeah.
GG, uThermal with game 1.
That was definitely a weird choice. They should have locked. Worried that they're like... But honestly, that Hellion drop... Haas, man, Grant, it's so hard, Grant, because I'm like a Gold League player, right? I'm terrible at StarCraft, so I can't really sit here and be like, oh, that player sucked for this reason, this reason, this reason. But in my defense, I've casted a fuck ton of StarCraft, and I gotta say, Haas messed that up, man. Yeah. That was just a flat-out mistake.
Yeah, it didn't go well, unfortunately. The probes should have been pulled. It is very hard to pull against Hellions because probes will naturally line up when you pull them. So sometimes leaving them separated is the best. But, I mean, Haas did get build order countered. Hellions beat Zealots. That's what they do. They're great against light units like Zealots, and that is exactly what Haas was making. uThermal did an incredible job with his research there. I don't know if that was luck or if uThermal maybe figured out what was coming. A Zealot charge 6-gate prism attack is extraordinarily uncommon. I've never cast a game like that before, but this is a best of 3. Haas has plenty of life left, and maybe it's time for some Dark Templars. When behind, and he's behind in the series.
Hey, you know, why not? You know, Grant, I don't want to... We play with map hacks the players don't know as much as we know, but I gotta say that definitely felt like 2 build orders that just sort of passed each other.
Yes.
And didn't actually interact with each other at all. The players were just like, okay, I'm gonna try this, and Haas's very strange build order just basically hard countered. I think when those 4 Hellions dropped on the map, so just painful because he lost that Adept earlier as well. So as we head into game 2, we gotta hope that Haas puts on a little better show here. Remember, we're in the lower bracket now, guys. Loser goes home.
Yeah, and our first player in the top left representing Team Liquid, leading the series 1-0. He is the Blue Terran player from the Netherlands, uThermal.
And his opponent in the bottom right-hand side in the red. Oh my gosh, pardon me. Sorry, Grant. In the red, it is our Protoss player from Taiwan. He is Haas.
I freaking love Haas.
He's
Haas
so fun.
is scouting before... Oh my god, he's going to proxy gates. What year is it?
I love it. I love it. I love it. We'll see if uThermal catches it. I don't think he's going to. You know, it'd be very, very unusual to send your initial Reaper or even initial Marine out to check where this is. And this is truly, I mean, this is the max packs on steroids, Grant.
Yeah.
The first gate being proxied in your opponent's natural. And oh my god, uThermal's going to see it. Oh.
He didn't see it.
Oh my
he
god.
didn't see it.
uThermal's not going to see it. Oh my god. He's going to expand too. He's sending another SCV down to the natural, I think.
Okay.
Oh, maybe not. I saw something cute to the natural. Okay, this is terrible for Thermi.
So game 1, he made a Marine first. He didn't go Reaper opening, and he used that Marine to scout the map. He sees it. He sees it.
He does. Okay, thank God.
Big scout. Big scout. Inhumanly huge scout here. So I imagine Thermi gets a bunker on the high ground quite quickly. I think that's probably the correct answer. He's going to start his CC on the high ground too. I like that because he doesn't want to fall behind. First Marine comes out, it will get the probe before the probe can do any trickery here. And the first Zealot going to come out. The wall needs to be finished, definitely.
Yeah, I'd prioritize that. But again, Thermi knows these timings very well. So it's funny, Grant, because you and I, you know, we see this. Well, I haven't seen this since 2012. You know, it's been forever since I've seen a proxy gate in the natural. But uThermal is a player who's been around since then, right? He's an old ass man now. He's been around for so long that he's played against this 100 times before. So while we're watching it and thinking, "Wow, this is uncommon. This is crazy. This is wild," uThermal's watching it and thinking, "Okay, I saw this a long time ago. I'm probably a little rusty against it, but I still know what to do." Bunker on the high ground and a proxied factory. He's going to proxy some siege tanks. He's not, but that'd be amazing. I know, right? But how good would it be if it was siege tanks?
It would be good. Now, Haas is sending another probe, which is interesting. For a proxy Stargate, I imagine, in this location. It could also be GTs. He did proxy them in a similar location in one of his earlier series today. But uThermal right now is in a decent spot. It is going to be proxy DTs. This is just absurdly silly at this point. Now, uThermal has proxied... Oh, no, he's proxy Hellion dropping, but he's proxying both buildings. That's cool.
Man, that's sick. That's sick. He needs to... So, it's interesting. Is he only going to drop about 2 or 3... I think 2 or 3 Hellions? Because he doesn't have the reactor on here.
I think by the time the medevac comes out, he'll have 3. He may wait for a 4th as well, because I do think having 4 just means you kill more. uThermal now going to take his CC and take it down to the low ground. But Haas, once again, hasn't really been scouting. Haas has that proxy Dark Shrine, though. And if uThermal is unprepared, if he does not have scan energy, uThermal will be in trouble.
Yeah, this is fascinating here. Another very, very strange game. Plenty of Marines out, though, which is really good for Thermi. Hopefully he can defend back home. And again, it's going to come down to the reaction here from Haas. If Haas doesn't have anything back home, which he does not, he's got no scout here as well. So if these Hellions do get in, the very best thing that can happen for uThermal is he's going to put Haas on a clock, basically. If he can take out 10, 15 probes, he's going to say, all right, you got to beat me in the next 10 minutes. You got to, or 2 minutes. You got to beat me. I know, 2 minutes. You got to beat me the next minute and 30 seconds or something. And here comes the drop. And already we're going to see Haas pull those Haas, come on, buddy. Oh,
okay,
geez.
Gonna fight with him this time, which I think is probably slightly better. Buy time for a Stalker and a Zealot to get back. uThermal kills a few workers, but not as many as he did in game 1 so far. But this is not over. Oh, probes, you cannot go through a choke point like that into Hellions. And now this has gone from bad to worse. Haas's Dark Shrine is done, but he doesn't have any money. He's just cancelled. I don't know what he cancelled. He cancelled something that was building to get a bit of money so he can warp in UDT. uThermal's already getting a Raven.
Oh my god, he saw this coming a mile away. Thermi knows. And he hasn't even scouted it until just now. And he's finally going to go, hey, wait a... Oh, he doesn't even scout the Dark Shrine. But I feel like he knows at this point where he's like, it doesn't matter. There it is. And this game, again, Grant, it's hard to see Haas coming back from this now. He's down a couple workers. And now that uThermal's natural is up, he's got a much more holistic army supply as well. So even though his factory and Starport are proxied, I still think he's got a good shot. He's going back into the main base with these Hellions as well.
Yeah, he could even use the Raven aggressively here. He doesn't need, you know, the interference matrix or anything. He just needs its detection. So dropping an auto turret could be nice. We're going to see more workers join the barbecue. How many more will go down? Looks like only a couple so far. 3. A Stalker warping in. 5. Really get a few more. 6, and that's... Oh my god, he picks it up and lands it to kill one more. So cute. Now, uThermal is losing workers in the main. Gonna lose 6 of his own, so Haas finding an inroads into the game there, but he needs more. uThermal is in such a dominant position at this point. His army, his tech is better in every way. He has everything he needs. His army supply is so much further ahead. Typically, you see a Terran pull slightly ahead at this point, but not this much. He has everything he needs to deal with the Dark Templars in terms of the Raven, and it looks like uThermal is just going to play this out as a macro game instead of, you know, trying to ram his army down Haas's throat. But it's not over, but it's going to be difficult.
And this is going to be one of the most difficult parts of the game here for Thermi. Nice, even finishes that missile turret just the right time. This is going to be a difficult position. Yeah, never mind. Never mind.